All right, for some reason it's not letting me hit start broadcast, so you can do it.
Okay.
Hi, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are calling in from. My name is Carlos Skill, and I am your MAPS coach. Today, I am going to present to you advanced social media strategies for driving revenue and selling homes. So I first want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day and schedule for joining me on this informative webinar. I do want to go ahead and point out that this webinar is a preview of the upcoming social media marketing for real estate agents MAPS group coaching course that is going to be kicking off here in a couple of days on April 20th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, which is this time right now. This is going to be the second course offered. The first one that we did was in January. It's a very successful course. The course does consist of 4 weekly 1-hour webinars similar to this, plus Q&A. So each session is actually 90 minutes long. They're very interactive, and we also do have a mastermind Facebook group in which I stay in touch with those that register for the course on a week in, week out basis. All webinars are recorded and available for playback at your convenience. So if you want to sign up for the course and you're not able to make it on Thursdays for 4 consecutive weeks, it's okay. They are recorded. You can always go back and listen. You can sign up for someone in your office. They can go ahead and take the course that way as well. The course is an investment of $297. However, we do have a special incentive for you to sign up today and save $50. You can go to kwrievents.kw.com/SMREA2. And again, by signing up today for the course that starts on Thursday, this coming Thursday, you can save yourself $50. So jumping right into it, a little bit about your coach. Once again, my name is Carlos Gill. I am an experienced marketing executive and social media strategist. I used to work in the banking industry, specifically in home lending and consumer finance, and I did that for about 6 years before starting my career in social media. So I have worked in social media now almost for 10 years. I've worked both on the consumer B2C side as well as on the B2B side. I used to work for LinkedIn, which brought me out here to the Bay Area in San Francisco, which is where I live. I'm also a industry speaker, recurring industry speaker at events like South by Southwest, Social Media Marketing World, Digital Summit, several other events in the industry. I'm also an award-winning Snapchat influencer, so I do a lot of work in terms of business strategy and consulting on Snapchat. I've spoken all over the world on the topic of Snapchat for business, and most recently I won an award for Best Hispanic Snapchat Storyteller. I've also been featured in publications like Mashable, Inc. Magazine, and others. On a personal note, I was born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and both my mom and dad are real estate broker agents. So I actually grew up around the real estate industry, and for as long as I can remember, real estate has been in my blood. Now, why is social media critical in the year 2017? More specifically, for yourselves listening as a real estate professional, why is social media important? Why is it critical for your business? And the reason why, the number one reason why, is as of November 2016, there are 1.2 million NAR members. So there's a lot of you out there. There's a lot of competition. And being that there's a lot of competition in your industry, 91% of realtors say that they use social media to some extent. And this is actually from the Realtor Technology Survey in 2013, 2014. So you can imagine that in the year 2017, that number is probably closer to 100%. Think of yourselves right now on this webinar. I am more than certain that you use social media to some extent in your business, whether it's having a presence on LinkedIn, whether it's having a Facebook page, whether it's being on Twitter. You're already using social media. However, the majority of agents are not using social media as effective as they could be. And what I discovered from the first session that we did back in January, and I'm going to address this a little bit here today and throughout the 4-week program, is a lot of agents say that they just don't have time to use social media in the way that they want to? Well, guess what? The median age of home buyers is 32 years old. And these home buyers are not necessarily going to their local local supermarket and pulling up a magazine anymore to look for listings. Instead, what they're doing is they're going on Zillow and Realtor.com, and they're going on social media, and they're asking their friends on Facebook for recommendations on an agent that they can work with for their new home purchase, for example. So being that the median home buyer is right in this millennial 32 age range, it's very important that this is a demographic that you're trying to reach, that you're on social media. Now, the first program that we did back in January, I had agents say to me that their focus is engaging home buyers and sellers that are 55 and older. And guess what? Those are also folks that are using social media because, as you know, regardless of how old you are, social media is something that everyone's using now, regardless of demographics. Facebook has become the go-to resource for all things social media, whether it's using Facebook to advertise through your page, whether it's using it as a referral source. And the reason why Facebook has become so powerful is that its user base. Facebook has over 1.4 billion active users. This is more than China's population alone. Now, based on research, 77% of brand conversations on social media are people looking for advice, information, or help. So what does this mean to you as a real estate professional or as an agent? What that means is that people are gravitating to social media to ask their friends for advice. Quite frankly, when someone's looking to list their home for sale, when someone's looking to buy a home, when someone's looking for an agent, what they're doing is they're asking their friends for that recommendation. And that's where, if you are proactively using social media to grow your personal brand, to engage with clients, to post listings over a period of time, doing that consistently, your name is going to get out there. And when someone has a need to buy or sell a home, you're going to be the first person that they think of. And with that being said, based on a Bright Local survey, 88% of people said that they trust online reviews by other consumers as much as they trust recommendations from personal contacts. So it's really important that you're using Facebook as a resource where anyone that you show a home to, anyone that you sell a home to, anyone that you do business with can go on your Facebook page and leave a review for you. Now, the 2017 National Association of Realtor Profiled Home Buyers and Sellers revealed this, and this really shouldn't be necessarily alarming if you're out there, keeping a pulse on industry trends. And that is that buyers primarily use the internet to find the home that they purchased. Once again, you've got Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, you have all these other aggregators out there of homes, and that is what predominantly consumers today are using to go ahead and find not only homes but agents as well. They're also indicating, 34% indicated that they use, the internet to go ahead and find agents. And then as you start to go down this list here, you see that less than 10% of home buyers found their home through an open house sign, meaning less people are driving around neighborhoods looking for open houses. Less than 10% turn to their friends, relatives, or neighbors, because once again, they're using the internet for this research. They're turning to social media. Less than 3% went through a home builder or an agent, and then 1% went through print, and 1% went directly from sellers and knowing sellers. So once again, this is a breakdown from 2017 over the last few months of where buyers are going to find the home that they purchased. Now, as we start talking about strategy for social media, here's some best practices that you can implement right away to be successful. And the first is promoting your open houses. So if you are a listing agent that has open houses, you have to absolutely be using social media to promote your open houses. This means everything from running Facebook ads and targeting those ads based on demographic and persona data. So Facebook allows you to run ads targeted to Facebook users based on their age, based on their income. I bet many of you probably didn't know that you can literally run ads targeting folks on Facebook based on their age and income, demographic status. You can also use relevant hashtags on Twitter and on Instagram, so you can post photos or even video of your open house on Instagram, for example, and you can use up to 30 hashtags to increase the reach and the viewability of that content. You can also schedule things like Facebook Lives or Periscopes and do virtual tours. So previously, if you wanted to create video content around your open house, you'd have to spend a lot of money to have a professional company come in and film that content. Now with your iPhone or Android, you can just jump on Periscope or Facebook Live and you can do virtual tours. So promoting open houses is absolutely essential, and promoting an open house on Facebook or anywhere on social media is not as simple as just posting a photo and expecting a bunch of people to come to your website or show up to your open house. You really have to market the property. And once again, through the course, I'll show you how to leverage all of these social networks to go ahead and market your properties. But make sure that at a minimum that you are using Facebook ads. Facebook has become one of the most powerful advertising platforms online today. The other is cross-channel promotion. So you can't just use Facebook, you can't just use Twitter, you can't just use Instagram. You have to have what I like to refer to as a omni-channel presence strategy, and that means having a presence across multiple social networks, promoting your content, whether it's an open house, whether you're trying to get referrals, whether it's a community that you're looking to go ahead and find buyers in. You have to go ahead and use multiple channels to engage prospective home buyers and sellers out there. And some of the different questions that you should be looking to ask potential clients on social media. So here is just an example of what you can be posting on your Facebook page today. What you could be posting on Twitter is, are you in the market for a new home, or do you know someone that is? So having knowledge that the majority of new home buyers and sellers are turning to social media and they're asking for referrals, you can be proactive in asking these questions. So if someone out there that might be seeing your content knows of someone who's in the market for a home, you're going to be the first person that they think about, and then they're going to say, oh, hey, by the way, I know this person. You might want to reach out to them. So the keyword in social media that I often like to say that's often lost in social media is social. You have to socialize. You have to put content out there to get people talking. Another question that you can ask is, what's important for you in your next home purchase? So this, once again, starts conversation around people that are looking to buy a home. And then third, can I make a suggestion or a recommendation on where to? And this is more about being community centric. So oftentimes I like to consider a real estate professional as not just being someone that's going to go ahead and help show you a home or help you buy or sell a home, but they're actually a community liaison. They're someone that's very well connected and plugged in the community. They know where all the good restaurants are. They know where the good schools are. So I'll give you an example. When I was looking to move to San Francisco three years ago from St. Louis, I actively used Twitter as a way to ask, where's a good neighborhood for me to live with my kids? Where should I be looking at for schools? What are some good restaurants? And believe it or not, several real estate agents jumped into these conversations on Twitter, which were public, to make recommendations for me. So if at a very minimum you're looking to use social media to build your personal brand, you have to use a tool like Twitter to get involved and see what people are talking about in your community, and then go ahead and make those recommendations and be seen as that community liaison and resource. So throughout session 1, which ran for 4 weeks and started in January and ran all the way through the end of January, there was a lot of questions that came up from those that were signed up for the course. And over the next few slides, I'm going to share with you some of the questions that stood out. And the first was, how do you convince my broker or office manager that social media ads, videos, and hashtags work? And my answer were, social media ads are no different than paying for print, TV, or outdoor ad, with the exception that's highly effective for reaching the right audience and cheaper. So let's go ahead and break this down. First of all, social media ads are going to be way cheaper than running print ads in a newspaper or in a magazine, a lot cheaper also than running a TV ad or an outdoor billboard ad. What I really love about social media ads is that you have access to targeting criteria that these other platforms don't. When you run at-home advertising, which is print or a magazine or a mailer, you really can't target who's going to see that ad. You have an idea of who lives in a certain neighborhood, and you know that ad's going to hit a set number of mailboxes, but you can't necessarily say, I only want people between the ages of 25 and 35 that are in the market for a new home, just started a family, or just got married. You don't have access to that sort of targeting criteria, where on a platform like Facebook you do. Now, the second part to that is around videos. Videos are interactive and enhance the online curb appeal. So what I mean by that is, historically, when you look at advertising for a home, when you look at, for example, Zillow or realtor.com, you often see static images. You see just a static, image of a property, or you see multiple images. With video, you can now show the inner workings of that home, and I like to call it curb appeal. So you can create video content with your iPhone, with your Android. You can go on Facebook Live, you can go on Periscope, you can even use Snapchat, and that brings your inventory, which is that home, to life. The second part to that, or the third part to that, I should say, is hashtags. So the way hashtags work with tools like Instagram and with Twitter is they help your content to be seen by those that aren't following you or your office. And the way that happens is on a platform like Twitter or Instagram, someone can type in, for example, hashtag Atlanta Homes, and they can see all the content that's being posted to that feed. So think of the hashtag as a feed or as a category. And if you're consistently posting content in these categories or feeds, whether someone's following you or not, now they can see your content. Another question that came up from session 1 was, should we be posting our just listed using a consistent design, or should we change it up for each listing? So what I recommended to agents, and what I recommend to all of you, is that you use a tool such as Canva, which is a completely free tool to use. There's also templates that you can pay for, which typically run about 99 cents or a dollar. They're really inexpensive. So I recommend that you join Canva, and what you see here in front of you is an example of a template with Canva. Canva has different templates that are sized for each social network. So if you want to create content for Instagram, for your Facebook, for Twitter, there's different template sizes here. So what you do with Canva is you choose a template that you like. So for example, you see the one in front of you, and then you can customize it. You can drag and drop a photo of your listing like you saw me do here. You can change the text, so you can put for sale. You can change the date of your open house. You can go ahead and put the address as well, times. So Canva, what I like about it is I like to call it Photoshop for dummies. Someone like myself doesn't have a Photoshop or design background. I'm sure many of you as well in the industry don't, but Canva makes it really easy with drag and drop templates. You can see here another example of a drag and drop template. So once again, this is a photo of a listing. You can customize and say just listed. You can put the date of the open house. You can put your website on there. You can put the address. You can put a little description. And then what I create on the right-hand side is an example of a congratulatory card. And once again, this is a template, so this isn't anything that I created other than customizing the text. So let's say that you just sold a home to a family, and you want to create a card with a picture of their brand new home. You want to say congratulations Gill family, or you just want to have something like this that says congratulations on your new adventure. You can take something like this, which is a congratulatory card, and you can post it on their Facebook page, or you can post it on your own Facebook page, and you can tag them. And then anyone that follows or is friends with your clients, now they're going to go ahead and see that you were the agent that helped them buy or sell their new home. Another question from session 1 is, does anyone have an opinion on City Blast, any success, or is there something else similar that's worked for you? So from what I understand, City Blast is a service that helps you manage your social media accounts. My response was services such as Fiverr, Upwork, or Elance can help you find freelance help. So a common theme that I heard from the 4-week course that we did in January was that time is of the essence for agents and office managers. You just don't have enough time in the day to manage your social media the way that you want to do it. So my recommendation to you is, if you are going to outsource any of your social media tasks, that you work through these 3 following services: Fiverr, Upwork, or Elance. You see Fiverr on the left-hand side. If you type in real estate marketing, you see that services start at $5. You have everything from I'll create an HD real estate marketing video, to I'll send 100 real estate marketing leads, real estate marketing videos. There's a lot that you can do within a very affordable price point. And then if you really want someone to be dedicated to you in terms of outsourcing help, Elance is the example you see on the right-hand side. You see that this person here is willing to work for $16.67 an hour. They're an experienced real estate assistant. She says here, I'm seeking an opportunity to use my 28 years of experience in the real estate industry to assist other companies in their business operations. Looks like she was a licensed real estate agent. So there are resources out there if you can't do it all yourself, and if you necessarily don't want to or can't afford to hire someone full-time. Now, as we transition over into what you can expect out of the 4-week course, once again, it is all about social media marketing for real estate. So you will extensively learn about Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, LinkedIn, and live video to sell more homes and to generate more referrals. So whether you're a listing agent or a buyer's agent, this course is going to help you. If you're a beginner, it's going to be a great course to give you a just real, crash course lesson on all things social media for real estate. If you are an advanced, if you're advanced with your skill set of social media, I can assure you that you will learn on a week in and week out basis. You're also going to learn quite about personal branding techniques, everything from how to brand your social media channels. You're also going to learn about the future of real estate marketing, so how to use things like virtual reality, 360 video. You're going to learn quite a bit about that on the last week of the course. And then strategies to win more clients. So I want to help you be successful. If I do not help you win more clients, then I'm not successful. So I'm going to teach you about advanced tips and tricks for ad buying, how to really dominate Facebook's ad buying platform, what tools to use for marketing across platforms, leveraging emerging media for promoting listings, so specifically how to use Snapchat, how to use Instagram, how to use live video, promote your listings, and then engagement strategies to drive referrals. So by the end of this course, I will assure you that you will have an advanced understanding of how social networks can be applied for marketing in real estate. You'll be able to drive more website visits and clicks from your social media posts, so how to drive more organic traffic to your website. You'll be known as a community resource and industry thought leader. And then how to identify and engage prospective home buyers, how to develop a winning social media strategy for your business, and then how to sell more homes in 2017 and beyond. Once again, the next course starts this coming Thursday, April 20th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. It is a 4-week masterclass with 90 minutes each week. So it's going to be 1 hour webinar plus 30 minutes of Q&A each week. You'll receive the slides, you'll receive a recording, you'll receive a workbook. All webinars will be recorded and available for playback at your convenience. Once again, the cost is an investment one time of $297, but today we do have a $50 savings offer for you to sign up. So I definitely encourage you to sign up if social media is an area of your business where you have struggled or you really wanted to go ahead and learn more. This is definitely the course for you to take advantage of. Once again, to sign up today and save $50, go to kwrievents.kw.com/SMREA2. Enter save 50 to go ahead and redeem that savings. So with that, I want to thank you for your time. We do have about 7 minutes for Q&A. So I want to turn it over to Nicole with Keller Williams to answer any questions that you might have.
Alrighty, so the first question we're seeing here is, what is Periscope?
Periscope is a live video platform owned by Twitter. So it's actually within Twitter's native app. They have Twitter Live now. So you can use Twitter Live to live stream directly from your Twitter account. You can also download the Periscope app, and it connects to your Twitter account as well.
Perfect, thank you. And then we have the question, do you recommend using hashtags on Facebook?
I do not recommend using hashtags on Facebook simply because hashtags are not a part of how Facebook is used historically. You can use them, but I do think it takes away from your post, and I don't feel that users on Facebook necessarily are clicking on hashtags in the manner that they would on, say, Twitter or Instagram. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I think it takes away from your post more than it does help and enhance it.
Great. And then someone's interested if they'll be taught on creating a landing page.
They will not be taught on creating a landing page necessarily for driving leads, but there is content on how to create landing pages for your Facebook page. So extensions within your Facebook page.
Perfect. And what is one tip on how to use Snapchat for open house/real estate team branding?
Great question. So I would recommend using Snapchat geo filters for all of your open houses. And in order to build consistency, have all of your agents use those geo filters at all of their listings or all of their open houses.
Great. We also have people asking if it'll be able to speak to people who are at a very beginner level for social media or advanced level. Will it be able to kind of speak to all levels?
Yeah, it'll definitely speak to all levels. And I just want to reemphasize that we do have a Facebook group established exclusively for those that are in the course. So on a week in and week out basis, you'll be able to ask questions. A lot of those questions end up going into the curriculum for the week with examples. So to answer that question, I would say that all levels, whether beginner, intermediate, or advanced, will get a lot of value from this course.
Great, thank you. And then on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, do you suggest using your page or a personal account or a business account?
I encourage using a account that has both. And one of the examples, so for Instagram specifically, one of the examples I use in the course is actually a Keller Williams agent who she is into yoga. And she posts a combination of photos of listings on her Instagram. And she also mixes it up with photos of her doing yoga, photos of her eating healthy. So I would say to use one and really balance it out between, what makes you unique and what makes you you. That's your personal brand, along with what you do professionally.
Great, thank you. And will Facebook targeting advertising be covered?
Yes, extensively. There is a session devoted specifically to Facebook advertising.
Great. And then with that Facebook advertising, it looks like we have an extended question. Are you going to teach a way to maybe not market to other realtors on Facebook with the ads directed to the public?
Yes, I will. Yeah, so in the module that's on Facebook advertising, there'll be specific instructions and steps on how to build your target audience to ensure that your ads are being served specifically to only those that you want to see your ads.
All right, great. Let's see here if we have any other questions coming in.
And I just want to point out, if there are any other questions after this, my email address is carlos@carlosgill.biz. You can also visit my website, carlosgill.biz, and you can contact me there as well. I'm more than happy to answer any questions.
All righty, so we're just waiting to see if we have any other questions come in, if there's anything anyone else would like to have there. All right, and we're getting some requests to repeat that email address.
Yes, it is Carlos, so my first name, Carlos, Carlos at Carlos Gill, so CarlosGil.biz, B-I-Z.
Okay, when someone's just starting out on social media, is it okay to just focus on Facebook, or is there a certain platform you'd recommend focusing on first?
Yeah, I would say that Facebook is definitely where you want to spend the majority of your time if you're just getting started. If there is one single social network that you should definitely be investing your time and even money on, it is Facebook.
Perfect. And then what's one tip on Snapchat for new listings?
For a new listing, one tip I would say use Snapchat as a way to show what you do in your community, first and foremost. That way, folks get to feel comfortable with you as a person, and then use Snapchat at your actual listings to do tours of the homes.
Great. We have another question. Do you recommend Hootsuite?
I do recommend Hootsuite. Yeah, and actually, in one of the modules, I do talk about Hootsuite and Buffer quite a bit as a tool to go ahead and help you save time and also schedule content.
All right, perfect. So if anyone has one more, it looks like we may have time for one last question.
Yeah, once again, for those that are still on, I highly recommend take advantage of this offer today. Once again, the course is normally priced at $297, but with today's offer, you can sign up for $247. All of the content will be available for you via workbook as well as recorded.
All right,
All
perfect. So
right.
it looks like we are out of time. Thank you so much, Carlos.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.